Let's unlock the Hercules tank and see how much power it gives. And I'll show you the mistake I made so that you don't commit the same error. First, I'm going to snag the wrenches from the zombie siege. Hopefully you're in a smart alliance that schedules the zombie siege on Mondays so you can take advantage of these wrenches. And now let's go look at my power when I was making this video so that we can see how much it increases. 33.84. And I'll look at the formation too, just because it's different for some reason. So here it says 34.97. Okay, so as you can see, I have 250 wrenches and 120,000 blueprints. You might already see the error there. And I'm going to go and level up the last two levels. Each costs 40 wrenches. And boom! We've got the Hercules tank. But what the heck? The power went down to 2,100,000? What's going on? Okay, let's go check my army power. It went up to 34.03, so that's a 0.19 increase. And over here in the formation, it went up to 35.15, which is about the same increase. So let's go back to do the blueprints. Oh, now the tank's power is back up to 3,532,000, which means it went up by a lousy 20,000 points when we upgraded to Hercules. But at any rate, here's where I made the error. I thought I was supposed to get the elite modifier, but as you can see, it's not blinking here, because you have to go to the modify tab in order to activate it. You can see it here, but for some reason I didn't see it and therefore didn't activate it. So even though I saved up blueprints specifically for this, I didn't get to use them for the event. But I'll show you what happens in a moment when you trigger the elite modifier, and why it would have been good to have it before I spent all these 120,000 blueprints. But as you can see, the blueprints give much more power to the tank than wrenches. It went from 3,587,000 to 3,704,000, almost 120,000 increase. And now let's check how much the army's power increased. It's now at 34.26, which is an increase of 0.23, just a little more than the Hercules upgrade. So it's a total increase of 0.42, which is pretty good. Let's check the formation too. It's up to 35.39, so that's an increase of 0.24, basically the same. But now let's go see how much I earned in versus. I get to open all the boxes because I earned over 16.5 million points and made it to the MVP spot. I think that's the first time for me. But it's because I saved up most of my wrenches and all of my blueprints from last week. Now we're going to do the elite modifier. So here's the amount of EXP I have, 235 million. And let's go now and check out my tank, then trigger the modifier. This upgrade reduces the cost of upgrades and modifications by 15%. Meaning that you spend 15% less golden wrenches and blueprints. That's pretty sweet, and the reason why you should trigger this as soon as possible. And you can see that the cost of modification here dropped from 53 wrenches to 45, so 8 less wrenches. And the cost of leveling up dropped from 1,400 blueprints to 1,100. So that's 2 boomers less that you have to attack for each upgrade. Plus, when you trigger this, you trigger a 30-minute period in which 100 upgrades will grant you double EXP. To completely use up those 100 upgrades, you're going to need about 180,000 blueprints, which I obviously don't have right now. But I don't really see what the point is because it's just EXP, which I don't really need at this stage. Or is it? I don't know, we're going to check in a moment, but just with these 42,000 blueprints, my tank's power went up by about 100,000 points, which is pretty nice. So let's check out my EXP now. Still at 235 million. I don't understand what the whole point of that super upgrade period is. If you know, leave a comment below, and if you don't comment, I'll see you in the shadows.